Hello from Frank in Melbourne, Australia, and welcome to this next edition of notable World War II airfields as they were during the war and as they are now in Microsoft Flight Simulator. This time we take a look at Attu Island airfield at the American end of the Aleutian Islands and other nearby airfields and islands involved in the Battle of Attu Island, the only battle against the Japanese to take place on North American soil. Attu Island in the Alaskan Aleutian Island chain is a remote, rugged, treeless island and is the most western part of the USA. It is the site of the only World War II land battle in North America. To protect its northern flank, maybe to further occupy the USA later on, and maybe as a diversion for its forthcoming attack on Midway Island, Japan invaded Attu Island and nearby Casco Island in mid-1942. A great shock to the Americans at the time, who thought they were going to be invaded by Japan through Alaska. The Americans and Canadians retook Attu Island in mid-1943 after much air, sea and land fighting. The battle is referred to as the Forgotten Battle, as it was overshadowed by the battles of Guadalcanal, Midway and other wartime events. A few days after Attu was liberated, the Allies landed on Casco Island, only to find that the Japanese had already evacuated. After the Japanese defeat, Attu Island, along with nearby Shimya Island, was developed into a major facility to participate in attacks on the Japanese northern home islands. Here we see the Alaskan Aleutian Island chain, Russia to the left, Canada to the right. Attu, Shimya and Casco Islands are to the far left in the middle. Here you can see in the top picture the Americans and Canadians attacking Holt's Bay, where the Japanese were attempting to build an airfield, and also invading Massacre Bay. On the bottom picture you can see the proximity of Japan and its northern Kuriles Islands to the Aleutians. And on the right hand side of that picture you can see Dutch Harbour, which was a major American base which the Japanese bombed prior to invading Casco and Attu Islands. The Japanese started to build airfields on Attu and Casco Islands, but these were never completed due to frequent American bombing by aircraft from other islands in the Aleutian chain closer to the USA mainland. The Americans either completed and expanded these Japanese airfields or built new ones. All are now abandoned. On Attu Island, as well as the main Casco Grove Naval Air Facility, the Americans also built two other airfields at Holt's Bay and Alexai Point, both now also abandoned. Here in this Google Earth view we can see the Aleutian Island chain. Which is part of Alaska, which you can see there. Canada and United States to the right. Attu Island is about there. There's a bit of water, and then the islands that start there are Russian and continue into Russia, and there's Russia. There's Japan. You can see the proximity of Japan, and there's their northern home islands and the proximity to the Aleutians. By the way, that's Kodiak Island there, which was the subject of one of my recent videos with bush airfields. Honing in on Attu Island there, Shimya Island there, which we will overfly, and Casco Island there. So Attu Island there, Casco Island there, they were the two that were invaded by the Japanese. And over there is Dutch Harbour, which was bombed by the Japanese prior to invading the other two islands. Honing in further on Casco, there's the major airfield built by the Americans after the battle. The Japanese were attempting to build an airfield there in Holt's Bay. I think that was completed by the Americans, who also built another airfield there straight after the battle, and another one there at Alexai Point after the battle ended. From Alexai Point we will overfly Shemya, where the airfield was built after the battle, and fly on to Casco Island, focusing in on Casco. The Japanese left the island, abandoned the island before the Americans and Canadians attacked. They were building an airfield there, and they were also building another one there, both of which were completed by the Americans and also now abandoned. Here's our flight plan. We'll start off on the left hand side at Papa Alpha Alpha Tango, the US Coast Guard station in Casco Grove, Attu. We'll fly up to the two airfields at Hulse Bay, down to Alexai Point, across and overflying Shemya Island, then on to Casco. The Naval Air Facility Airport was established in Casco Grove as soon as Attu Island was retaken from the Japanese in 1943. It was a particularly dangerous area for flying due to frequent overcast skies, high winds, cyclonic storms, strong wind gusts, rain, snow and extensive fog. After the war it became Papa Alpha Alpha Tango Casco Grove Coast Guard Station and was closed in 2010. Here's a picture of the airport taken in 1944 from the air, quite extensive. Another picture showing the mountainous backgrounds. Kingfisher aircraft on Attu in the snow, 1943. P-40 fighter aircraft on Attu, 1943. The ever-present Marsden matting, metallic material that was used to make so many airports during the war, and Celebration Day on Attu Island, 1945. Here is wartime Alexai Point airfield on Attu Island, built by the Americans after the battle. It is now abandoned and there is no freeware scenery for it, and as you will see in the sim, there is nothing left to see nowadays. Here is wartime aerial shot of Shemya Island airfield, built by the Americans after the Battle of Attu Island. After the war it became Papa Alpha Sierra Yankee Erickson Air Station, Shemya Island. It was closed in the 1990s, but I believe it's still available for refueling and emergency use. There is nice freeware scenery for it from flightsim.to.